To structure your year, you need a lot of tools. So let us speak about interest rates. Number one, interest rates, American interest rates, the US dollar interest rates. You can see the currency that is affected. This is forexfactory.com. Okay, and then what's affecting it right here. So you're going to find interest rates in here somewhere. When they speak about interest rates, be very careful. When they speak about CPI, be very careful. Crude oil inventories, be very careful. This stuff affects what you call the NASDAQ. Okay, so with the NASDAQ, the dollar index also affects the NASDAQ. You can view the dollar index on tradingview.com. Okay, you can just go over to tradingview.com and view the dollar index. However, for now, just focus on structuring your trading day using this. When you structure your trading day, simply look at the times you trade. That's number one. Leftwards over here, the dates, the times. Okay, and then look at the currency that affects whatever you are trading. Then look at what's going to be happening on that currency. The effects of what's happening on this currency is rated as yellow, orange, or red. So it can be gray, usually a bank holiday, or dormant news, okay, or yellow, which has low impacts, mild impacts, and then you have red, which has a significant impact on a currency. All right. When the interest rates go up, the value of the dollar goes up. The stock markets, the dollar's stock markets, which is the New York Stock Exchange in particular, or the NASDAQ, doesn't like this, so it will go down in value. And that's why in 2022 you saw the NASDAQ go down in value. All right, when the interest rates go down or they stay flat, they stay the same, the stock markets tend to like this and they appreciate in value, they go up in value. That's why in 2023, the entire year you saw the NASDAQ go up. It's because the rates pretty much stayed the same or had a mild increase, right? As compared to 2022, where there were a subsequent number of increases on the interest rates of the US dollar. All right, so that's why the markets performed in the way they performed. The dollar is at its lowest in a 5-month cycle. All right, with the NASDAQ, please look at these stocks: Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Microsoft, and Netflix in that order. So you can use whatever platform of your choice. Some people prefer investing.com. I do too, just to monitor those stocks. All right, I'm not affiliated with these guys in any way, but I'm just trying to give you some tools you can use. You can also use Investopedia for seasonality. Investopedia.com. These are secured sites that haven't given me any problems with viruses or anything. All right, so you can just monitor them on a watch list. You can go onto my watch list, then you can log in with your Gmail. All right, and then you can view your watch list from there. So the beginning of the year till like the 3rd of January, there are a lot of bank holidays. Then you have FOMC, which affects the dollar, has a high impact. News release. This high impact news release is going to be affecting the NASDAQ. All right, unlike volatility index, which moves 24/7, 365 and a quarter, this stuff just moves this way and it will be affecting the NASDAQ. If you take your eyes through that, you're going to see that there's non-farm payroll to begin the year, unemployment claims on that Thursday, And we have crude oil inventories, which also affect the US dollar and affect the NASDAQ. Okay. You're going to have unemployment rates on that Friday, non-farm employment rates, NFP. Okay. Wait, no, it's not NFP. Might have that the next Friday. Let me check. I'm going to go back to that easily. Ends on the Thursday. Let me check. You can also have non-farm payroll on a Thursday. Yeah, it's this week. It's this opening week. Non-farm employments. Non-farm payroll. Alright, so use this stuff to structure each trading day. And then let's go back to what I was speaking about. The dollar index, DXY. All right. Look at the dollar index. It is at best a 5-month low. All right. If you count 5 months, so basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-month low on the dollar index. That's the current price it's trading at. Let me see if I can remove these. Yeah, like that. And take that there, and then probably zoom in so that you can identify that we are trading at a 5-month low. Price is at a significant low price point, and I'm pretty sure that we could be drawing into that low in there. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what you get. It is at best what you get. Let me see what happens in here. Let's my watch list. No, continue with Google. Let's check. All right, my watch list. See if I didn't clear it. So every day, not every day, Mondays, Wednesdays, and preferably Fridays at 3:30, in line with the New York Stock Exchange Open, I need you to come on over to this guy over here. All right, that's the top 3. All right, that's the bottom 4 of the top 7. All right, this is Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet A, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Meta platforms. All right. So, thing is, I need you to be able to identify just one thing for me. One thing. At 15:25, go onto this platform and leave it open. Right? Just go onto this platform and leave it open. And as you have left it open, I need you to come and look at these numbers in here. And I need your brain to help you color code. Red means down, green means up. If you walk onto this platform and at 15:28, all numbers are green, expect that at 15:29 you should enter a buy trade. Just enter the buy trade at 15:29. And at 15:33, you're going to exit that buy trade. All right, I don't know, put on a watch here somewhere, hover it above all the other apps, make sure it stays there. All right, and simply just watch what is happening on your charts. I got this from a trader on YouTube, and it actually works. It's a very, very, very sinister way of trading the NASDAQ. especially news releases that are at 15:30 or 2:30 or an hour later after 15:30, 16:30. All right, but preferably 15:29 you enter. If you see all green here, all green 15:29 you enter buy. If for any strange reason you get here and all are red, 15:29 you enter, 15:33 you exit. If you get here and the top 3 are green, but the bottom 4 of the top 7 are red, listen carefully. Expect a false move of a sell and then buy, because it will buy big to follow the top 3. Vice versa. If you get here and the top 3 are red and the bottom 4 are green, expect a false move of a buy and then a big sell. So 15:29 you're going to see it spike up, then when you sell when, because the top 3 are red, they are selling. If for any reason the majority, including the top 3, let's say the top 3 are red and then another one or another 2 in the bottom 4 also red, you might not get a false move, just sell. The majority of these guys are red, just sell. But if like 1 or 2 of the major ones, the major 3, the top 3, let's say like 1 or 2 are blue, are green, and then the majority of them are red, expect a false move of a buy and then it will sell to follow the majority. That's the anomaly. Go back in this video and listen carefully to what I said. On the last concept, vice versa for the opposite context. No, it's not Finvisa, it's Finviz. All right. Technology. Dude, just remove this thing. Why this ad? Nope. Okay, I just want to, let's just zoom out of that. I want you guys to be able to view that. I think they just zoom in the adverts with the change on the screen. I want you to zoom in onto that. On your phone, it's going to be even much better. If you see that the majority of this board here is lit up as a Christmas tree and it's green, you buy the NASDAQ in line with what I said in here. So your eyes, that's why I'm saying your eyes should help you, your brain and your eyes should help you color code. Because it's green for buy, red for sell. And you come here and the board is red. And you come here, the top 3 are red. And you know, you see those confluences on the NASDAQ at 15:29. You should be able to make quick decisions for you to become, you know, profitable. Quick decisions aren't always wise decisions, and wise decisions aren't always quick, right? But for you to be a success with this strategy, you need to be relatively quick. You need to be efficient. You are up against servers, number crunching computers, and a guy who probably is much smarter than you and has more tools than you, right? The dealer, your broker, vault markets. Because vault markets, if there's a news release at 15:30, they can decline trades. They can recode you. Then when price changes, they fill your order in, then they blow your account. I've sent examples of this in the group chats. I would open the WhatsApp, but no, you guys are going to see a lot. So yeah, it's a relatively long video. You need all these tools to in fact determine what's happening. So since the dollar is still being anticipated by me to drop into that level down there, right? This means that the dollar is losing strength. The stock markets tend to like this. So you can see Nasdaq push up a little bit more. And as it pushes up, where is it pushing into? It's that 17,000 round number I was speaking about, the all-time high. This is the all-time low for the dollar. Dare I say it? It's the quickest decline to be seen in a couple of years. Drained the bank quite quickly. So I'm saying it's an all-time low. That's what they're going to say on Bloomberg, and people who don't look at their charts like this, they're going to say, what the fuck? All-time low? But I anticipate for the dollar to come beneath here. With what Russia and China are doing, and most of the countries in the world are doing, I anticipate for the dollar to go there. And this was just smart money entering that dollar short inflation crisis. Alright? So when inflation increases, basically the increase of money supply, blah blah blah, when they print out more money, we will witness the dollar probably go to zero actually. And then you're going to see that cryptocurrencies like the Bitcoin, I don't know what to call it, man. Let me show you what inflation does. Let's see a 12-month chart. Only war does this. Do this, you create a war. Right. So this is inflation in a nutshell. For those who draw trend lines, it's that inevitable drop in the value of what's value. This is value. In the value of a currency. Whether they lower the debt ceiling, raise the debt ceiling, I'm anticipating for price to move away from that structure, come into the structure in here. So my first target is this one, those lows, relative equal lows, and then the low here, beneath the low probably. Okay, so this means buy for the Nasdaq, but where is the Nasdaq if the dollar is not there? If the dollar economy goes to shit, where is Nasdaq? Where is Google, Tesla, and all those companies? Where are they going to go? And I think Meta Platforms has the answer for that, and how those guys scrammed into the metaverse in 2019, 2020, 2021. They were all running into the metaverse and sheltering their equity in non-fungible tokens. Crazy, man. And then this CBDC shit is gonna roll out into the block, and it's gonna cause even more of a problem, because it's not gonna mitigate the amount of dollars being printed. It's just gonna bring the dollar to shit. It's gonna make the dollar less secure for a very long time before they can figure out how to secure that thing, because there are a lot of smart people out there who are gonna outsmart that government and steal all of that central bank digital currency. It's a lie, it's a hoax that they can monitor that stuff. And I'm really sorry that I'm seeing this online. Maybe the FBI is looking at it and like, ho ho ho, here's another one. They're gonna get me for it. I don't care, man. I don't really care. So you can see the dollar going to shit. Probably might even go to zero. And if you can do this to the upside, God be with you and guns be with you, dare it go to the downside like that. In China might bomb the shit fuck out of America, and we have nothing to do about it. We're just traders and we're gonna profit from it. When the world goes to shit, we are gonna be profiting from that calamity. Alright? So yeah, it's sad, but it's what we're doing. Those are the tools. Simplified tools. Otherwise, it's just candlesticks and it's just green or red. More green, buy. More red, sell. It's simple. It's called optimizing. Optimizing is making better decisions, according to my definition. To make as perfect or effective. Okay, I don't like this word. Can never be perfect, but effective. I like that one. Transitive verb. To make as effective or functional as possible. These tools make trading for us optimistic. You know, it's a shitty business, but then these tools make that shitty business worth doing, you know, just by simply identifying. You don't need all this crap here. Tools the left, the middle. You don't need that crap. You just need the stuff here on the right hand side, and yeah. Don't start focusing on BlackRock and all those things. Just watch what I showed you here. That recipe there works on the Nasdaq. It works. You can make money using it. Don't go there believing people for crap. If you want to try it out, use a micro. If you have a lot of money, even if you put in 1,000 rand in that micro, because when you have a lot of money, and use a proper lot size, you know. When I say proper, I mean heavy enough to make you profit, but not heavy enough to bite your ass off, such that you can't sit down. Okay, so you just need to be moderate, and there's no need for you to rush things and burn yourself. Find an edge through back testing. I don't know, maybe there are better websites. If you have them, send them to me. I'll be very much delighted for you to send me those websites. All right. I removed one of the tools, the economic calendar. This one is just lovely. Don't read the news. Don't forget the news. Forget the news. Just forget about it. Forget the details of what's happening on the cards. Just look at the topic. Okay, FOMC member Kashni speaks. FOMC whatever that guy's name is. Powell speaks, yeah. Fed Chair Powell speaks. FOMC stands for the Federal Open Markets Committee. Now let me explain this. That's the Fed. It's strange because the Americans their system is, the Fed is basically a corporation. It's a company that the American government borrows money from at an interest. The name of this interest is called the repo rate. So in this sense, the Fed is not a reserve bank. They call it the Federal Reserve, but it's not federal. Number one, it's not United States government property, so it's not federal. Number two, it is not a reserve because they don't keep any money there. They don't keep any cash. If the government just wants some money, they print out that volume and they give it to the government, and the government injects it into the economy. Basically, the government borrows it using retail banks from the Fed, which is the Reserve Bank in this case. They print money and they use contraction to bring the money back and burn the money. And this year alone, they burned somewhat $9 trillion. And the money they couldn't burn, they gave it away to fund war. I don't know, I'm sitting in my garage. I can, in no time, have bullets flying in here. For my analogy. I'm not a vukela mbuso, okay. Kodwa ke umuntu you just understand what's happening, and I need you guys to understand what's happening too. So to discourage this printing of money, which is inflation, they increase interest rates. They shove us the price again. Interest rates, they discourage the spending of money in the debt context. Basically, people can't afford petrol, they can't afford making a loan, they can't afford paying back a loan, they can't afford getting a house on a loan, they can't afford getting a car on a loan. So that's why you're watching this stuff. You're just monitoring those significant times when you're going to get those important speeches. Here in South Africa, MPC usually speaks on the final Thursday of the month, I think. Yeah. Usually. Right? So, angazi bafethu, petrol prices change every first Wednesday of the month here in South Africa. Petrol prices. First Wednesday. Look at this here, it's this day, ne? But usually this news release comes out on Wednesdays. Crude oil inventories. And then in the first Wednesday of the month, in line with crude oil inventories, what do we get? Yes, an increase or a decrease in petrol prices. Now, do you think this shit is random? I just showed it to you on an economic calendar. Do you think it's random? It's not random. How can you move $4 trillion around the world in a random perspective? And I just downloaded this off of my Google Drive today. I want to download it, keep it in a USB, and then delete it off of the Google Drive so we can open up some space. There's like 12 hours of video there. Alright. And I was listening to this guy, again, Steve Marone, speaks about these tools. These are the tools I was speaking about, telling you that you're up against monster computers, a room of clever guys, and more tools. That's what it looks like. That's what I was getting at. It's an old video. It's an old picture.
And looking after the customers. Contact Kim and Scott at Compass. They're the IBs for a couple of good dealers. They will get you going in the right direction. All right? Enough said about that. Contact those guys at Compass. That's why they're here. To aid you guys in getting good accounts at clean dealers. Okay. The account manager's desktop. He knows everything that's going on and the accounts that he's managing. You have to understand that this is what you're up against. Guys ever seen this before? It's been floating around. This is one of the rooms at UBS. But UBS is not the only dealer that has a room like this. Each one of those guys is managing their risk, monitoring their equity, and looking after the customers.
That's the job. That's the job. And I once posted a video of what happened in the movie The Wolf of Wall Street on a Friday, on one of the Fridays, after the market had fucked up a lot of traders and warranted the pockets of the broker. That's what happens. These guys are just there to monitor their money. And how do they do that? They take your money, they monitor their money, and they monitor your money. That's the only way you can ensure that you're going to win, by monitoring both ends of a two-sided game. That's the only way you can guarantee a win. If you monitor both ends, you know the outcome. That's what market makers do. They know what you see on the charts. They know what you use to determine a logical explanation in price. This beats logic, buddy. This concept beats logic simply because you are up against, number one, you're outnumbered. Number two, you're up against monster equity. And that's it. That's the only reason. And these are the tools.